When a Grand Rapids toddler died of what police called child abuse, Target 8 investigators wanted to know if state caseworkers did everything they could to protect the little girl.
And tonight we know a watchdog agency says Child Protective Services failed to follow its own policy when it responded to problems in the toddler's family.
Target 8 investigator Heather Walker got the full report, and she's live in studio control tonight.
Brian, the Watchdog agency doesn't spell out to us what mistakes CPS made, but they do outline their recommendations to fix it.
The investigation was done by the Office of Children's Ombudsman, a state organization whose mission is to assure the safety and well-being of Michigan's children. They found that Kent County DHS did not comply with DHS policies, state law, and/or procedures. Back in August of 2013, emergency responders were called to the home on 4th Street for a report that Ziana Driggs' threats was not breathing. Police say Ziana had bruises all over her head and face and dried blood on her lip. She also had bruising on her arm, torso, and lower back. According to court documents, she died from internal bleeding. An autopsy showed she had rib fractures from 4 to 6 weeks prior to her death, and investigators found her brother had 4 fractures in his leg. The kid's dad, Deshaun Threats, told police he caused the injuries to Ziana's arms, but nothing else. About 5 months before, CPS got involved with the family when Ziana's baby brother tested positive for marijuana at birth. CPS says Ziana's mom canceled several counseling sessions and had minimal participation. 4 months later, a personal protection order was filed against Ziana's dad by the mother. In it, she wrote that she was scared Threats would end up killing her or hurting the kids, but she continued to live with him. Court documents show Threats has a criminal history of domestic violence, but Ziana's mom did not tell CPS about any domestic problems. After investigating this case, the Watchdog Group recommends that CPS personnel review and comply with the policy that says Children's Protective Services investigation report must be used for all CPS investigations, and that child protective law requires the department to refer cases to the prosecuting attorney if there is child abuse or neglect evidence. They also recommend that every effort is made in future cases to interview alleged domestic violence victims separately from their alleged abusers.
DHS has responded to the recommendations. They say they held a mandatory training to review those policies and procedures. The other children in that home have been removed since Ziana's death. Ziana's dad is due back in court next week for the murder charge. Live in studio control, Heather Walker, 24-hour News 8.